Christmas is so close, and I wanted to sit down and talk to you about some of the things that I have been doing to prepare for Christmas, and also about some of my insights on how to make Christmas a more peaceful time, a more stress-free time. To make the most of Christmas without taking too much pressure about how it needs to be perfect. And as usual, the first part of the video will be my general observations and insights, and towards the end of the video I will go through some of the things that I have crafted for Christmas. So maybe you will get some practical tips if you want to do some last-minute Christmas decorations. Hi, my name is Jaana. Welcome back to my channel, where I talk about slow living and my life in the Finnish countryside. Christmas is one of my favorite holidays, but it also has this element of stress potential. I don't know if it's just here in Finland, probably not, but I feel like here there is a lot of pressure on Christmas because it's the most important holiday of the year. Most people celebrate it here. And there's kind of like this atmosphere that Christmas needs to be perfect. And I noticed that I tend to think like that myself as well. So these are some of my thoughts on how to reduce that pressure and how to enjoy Christmas by being more present in the moments and by setting the bar a bit lower. I think what helps is choosing one thing that's most important to you and focusing on it. So for example, if you enjoy cooking and you love food, then make food the most important thing about your Christmas and accept that you're going to put less importance on some other things. Or if you're like me and you get excited about crafting and making things by your hands, then maybe choose one project and focus on it, and don't be fooled into the idea that you need to do everything or that it's even possible. If you're highly sensitive like me, you might feel like the fact that there's so much going on in December is sometimes feeling a bit stressful. What helps me is to recognize that I'm like this, and if I go to an event, like yesterday I went to my son's school's Christmas party, just recognizing that afterwards I need to have some rest, I need to have some quiet time. That helps a lot. So scheduling these little moments of rest in between everything else helps a lot. And what I find that helps me is reframing things. Like when I feel like there's so many things going on around me, it's like a whirlwind and I can't control it in any way, I reframe it as something positive. Like, for example, I think about how much my kids are enjoying the hustle and bustle of Christmas. Even though it's not something that I would choose, it's something that they love. And that helps me see it in a more positive light. Look for the good. What I find is very useful to help me feel more grounded is to stop to enjoy the little moments. When I hear a Christmas carol, I just stop and enjoy it for a while. Or if I smell Christmas spices in the air, I just pause, close my eyes and enjoy the scents. And of course you might have to be proactive and create those moments for you. Maybe brew a special cup of tea with cinnamon and clove and other spices that remind you of Christmas. And take a moment and really enjoy that. And even though you have many things on your to-do list, just for a moment decide that they can wait. You're just having a quiet moment, enjoying the spirit of Christmas. And it might be necessary to also allow for some things not to be done. Like you might have a long to-do list, but you might decide that you only do the ones that you prioritized. Like I said at the beginning of this video, do the things that are the most important to you. And if you don't have time to clean the house entirely, that's okay. You can clean it after Christmas. There are so many other things that I could say about Christmas and how to make it a more stress-free time of the year. But I think now I'm going to delve a little deeper into my crafting and showing you some of the things that I have made here for Christmas. Some of these things are such that I already made them years ago, and others I made recently. These are some of the knitted Christmas tree decorations I made this year. It's a free pattern by Petite Knit. I will link it down in the description box. These are Christmas caramels. They're stuffed with waste yarn or other filling. They're very simple. If you're looking for something easy to knit and you only have a little time, try this. It's something that you can knit in less than an hour. I also made this heart. This is also a free pattern by Drops Design. This is the first time I have ever knitted a heart, so I don't know, maybe it looks a bit wobbly, but it was a fun experiment. And well, now I think that for this Christmas I won't be making any more, but it would look nice on the Christmas tree if you had a lot of hearts like this. Most of the decorations on our Christmas tree are handmade. Just because as you know, if you have been watching my videos, I like to do things with my hands. And these are one of the first ornaments that I made. As you can see, the colors are not that Christmassy, and there's a story behind it. I made these when I was expecting my oldest child, and I first intended them to hang on the baby's bed. But in any case, the baby was born and then I was too busy to actually complete the project, even though I had made these birds already. So then we just hung them up on the Christmas tree, and we have done that ever since. I just cut them out of a felt fabric. I glued buttons to be their eyes, and the hanging beads are their legs. These are maybe my favorite Christmas tree decorations, these baubles. They are made of a styrofoam ball that's inside, and I cut these leaf-shaped pieces of fabric, and I tucked the fabric into slits that I had carved onto the ball. And then to finish it, I attached this ribbon to cover the seams. You could use more Christmassy colors, but I tend to use what I have. We also have the habit of buying Christmas ornaments when we are traveling. And I'm going to show you a few that I like. This one is from Italy, from a trip to Tuscany. And then there are a few that we got in Spain. We only buy one of each. So it's like the whole Christmas tree is kind of a mess, but that's the way we prefer it. Because then we have these memories from all the different trips. I also dried these sliced oranges. I love ornaments that can be composted afterwards. I don't like to buy too many things, especially not every year. So I think this looks very natural and it's easy to make. It costs almost nothing and it's good for the environment. I think they will look really nice on our Christmas tree. So this is it today. I hope you will have a beautiful Christmas, however you will be spending it. I would love to hear if you have any ideas on how to make Christmas or any holidays less stressful, how to make the most of the time. And if you have any decoration ideas, I would love to hear that too. So Merry Christmas to everybody. And by the way, I think I will maybe take a few weeks break from making videos. It might be that I will be too busy since my kids will be home from school. So if you don't see me posting anything for a few weeks, just know that I will be coming back when my life gets a bit more peaceful again. Thank you for watching. Remember to take care of yourself. See you in the next video. Bye bye.